3 gears on this bike. Sitting, standing, and walking. Hey, it's Spencer from the Pros Closet here with Bruce Lynn. Bruce, the Tour de France is underway. I'm feeling the spirit of the race right now.
Cool. I feel like this means you've got some big plan for us.
I think we should do a ride, Bruce, a Tour de France inspired ride. What are you riding for a road bike these days?
So I actually just got a brand new Cannondale SuperSix.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So that is the bike ridden by the EF Education First team, which is America's Tour de France team. They're racing over there right now. And you know what, Bruce? I went into our vintage bike museum and I found a 1988 Huffy that was ridden by the 711 team in the Tour de France. This is the original American Tour de France team. So let's take these bikes out for a ride.
Cool. That's really cool. I'm always down the ride. I feel like there might be a catch though.
Well, I mean, we can't just do any old ride, Bruce. It's gotta be like, you know, the spirit of the tour. We gotta really challenge ourselves. We should do a ride that simulates the Queen stage of the Tour de France. That's the hardest stage of the race, the one that decides the yellow jersey. I've got a route in mind. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
108 miles, 12,000 feet of climbing, summit finish. It's exactly like the Madeleine stage, stage 17 of the Tour de France.
12,000 feet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've done a ride that hard, actually, ever.
Well, I mean, just be glad you're not the one riding the Huffy, man. You'll be fine. Listen, let's go check these bikes out and make sure they're gonna be ship-shape for this ride.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, Bruce, tell me about this Cannondale you're riding.
So this is a brand new SuperSix Evo disc. Now, this is the 3rd generation SuperSix, and Cannondale's done away with the traditional round tubing they usually use. Now you see these truncated airfoil tubes that you see on pretty much every aero bike nowadays. You've got, it gives you a little more aero advantage, makes the SuperSix a little more better all around.
Yeah. More better. I like
more better.
it.
Yeah, exactly. They've also dropped the seat stays. It's a thing a lot of manufacturers are doing now. It improves the ride comfort a lot, which would be nice for me if we're doing a really long ride.
You're kind of slumming it with the Ultegra. I mean, the Huffy's got Dura-Ace, okay? So don't get jealous.
Well, also, this is modern Ultegra.
Well,
so it's got modern gear range. I've got a 36, 32 granny gear, so
that's generous.
So I'm gonna be spinning, and you're gonna be probably
destroying my knees.
Oh yeah.
Let's check out the Huffy and see.
All right, this is a nice looking Huffy, but you dug it right out of the TPC museum, right?
I did. This is such a cool bike. The 711 team has got one of the most classic color schemes in all of pro cycling. A lot of great memories of these bikes over the years. So what you see here, it says it's a Huffy, but actually it's a Serrata. It was built by Ben Serrata. It's made with true temper steel. I have been warned by Alex Stida, who is the first North American to wear the yellow jersey in the Tour de France. He warned me that these frames tend to crack sometimes, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it, make sure it's safe for this ride. Otherwise, this bike, it's gonna need some new tubular tires. I'm gonna get this taken care of, go see my friend Mike Gavigan, Gav the mechanic, get those glued up. Need some rubber that'll last for 108 miles. The gearing, as you implied, Bruce, is gonna be quite brutal for me.
Yeah.
It's a 5339 up front. I don't dare count the teeth on this back cog.
It's a corn cob.
It's a corn cob. It's probably no bigger than like 22 teeth in the back. Got very sketchy brakes here.
Are you gonna use these Coca-Cola bottles?
I don't know if I should. They might give me some sort of disease. I might pass on that one. But it's beautiful. It's gonna be fun to ride. Get the tires sorted, get the gears adjusted, get it cleaned off. Probably put my own pedals on it just in case. I don't know if these old looks have much spring left in them. But it's gonna be fun. And like I said, full Dura-Ace, so I do have the edge over Bruce in that respect. Bruce, your bike's pretty dialed. My bike needs some work. I'm gonna get started on that. And we got a few days before we ride. I'm gonna get out on this old bike, make sure it's working okay. And then we'll see you all bright and ugly, and we'll go on a big ride. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Look at these new tires.
Only the best.
So fresh.
All right, it's like 7 a.m. The only way to ride all day is to start early in the morning. How you feeling, Bruce?
Yeah, I brought enough snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to stop at the old convenience store, get some of my favorite paydays. Oh, these are chocolate ones. That'll be a fun surprise.
Oh man.
All right, well, we got to get going, huh? Let's roll. Bruce?
Just lovely.
Nice day for it.
You know, it's been a long time since I've done a ride at sunrise. It's nice.
That is cool as shit. Oh, you're doing that ride now?
Yeah. Oh. So we got like 108 miles and it's gonna go up Saucing Rain, down James, and then Lee Hill, left hand, and then up to Eldora. Yeah, that's the idea. All right, Bruce, 35 miles in. How's the bike feeling?
Comfortable. The road vibrations just like so muted. It's really nice.
Floating on a cloud.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My initial ride impressions on the Huffy Serrata, it feels kind of like a race bike, if that makes sense. I've ridden some other steel road bikes. This one feels a little stiffer when I get up and really get on the pedals. It's got wide bars, which is a little strange, like probably 42 centimeter. I feel like it's made for a sprinter or a classics guy, but I mean, God forbid you'd have to ride this bike on cobblestones. It would be chaos.
Yeah.
It'd be pandemonium.
I'm noticing you're standing up a lot.
Yeah, that's a funny thing about a bike like this. I found this with other classic road bikes. Personally, I almost end up riding them like a single speed. You don't shift as much, partly because you can't. If you stand up, you're not gonna be able to reach the down tube shifter. You've only got, well, on this bike, 7 in the back. I've had other bikes with 6 in the back. You know, it's not a ton of speeds to click through. So you kind of just make the best of it. You almost shift gears with your body more than you shift gears with the bike. So getting up and standing is a different gear than sitting down. And definitely notice that you're able to sit and spin a little.
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be one of the biggest technical advances of a modern bike over an old bike from the 80s. This is an 88. Just having that gear range, being able to adjust your gears so your body isn't being as taxed by just, back in the 90s, back in the 80s, it was big gear time, just smashing. So I'm gonna have to channel that sort of smashy thing on this climb because we're at the bottom of our first major climb. This is our version of the Col de la Madeleine, you know, the stage 17, Queen stage of the tour. Oh, it's so steep. I am in the 3921. Bruce, what's it gonna take for you to get a feel for this?
Here, I'll try it for a second.
Vintage awesomeness.
I think
the leg press machine.
what, 3618 will be pretty close, right?
Probably. Oh yeah, a healthy 50 RPM. Bruce is just mashing. Yeah. All right, you can go back to yours. Oh God. Good work.
All right, so we're pretty much at 50 miles.
Well,
Yep.
47.
47.
3 miles feels really long when you get to the end of a 100-mile ride, so I am not gonna shortchange us. But we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Getting there. It's
Okay.
gonna get harder before it gets easier. Hill climb. And I don't know, the gearing's certainly making it much harder on this bike. It's got a little bit of a knock in the bottom bracket. I think the bottom bracket needs to get rebuilt. Not surprising, I'm sure the pro team abused it. Well, we got a few more miles to climb. I don't know, I'm feeling all right.
Yeah. For now.
We'll get up there, pretty high altitude. We're gonna drop long descent, and then we'll have another big climb. 80s bottom bracket technology. That's something I don't miss. Yeah. That's it. It's pretty much the top of the first climb.
Nice.
It's a hot one.
Oh, it's all melty. Yeah. That's the temperature check for the day. Chocolate melting temperature. Tastes good stuff.
There goes Spencer. You can't go the same pace as me because you won't be able to turn over the gear because we'll be going too slow. So he's got no choice but to motor away.
We've got
Big descent ahead. You'll be fine. You got disc brakes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice.
I'm a little nervous about how the rim brakes and tubulars will handle it. I don't know if like the tubular glue is getting hot maybe and squirming.
How are the brakes?
Brakes, it's sort of like the executive hand strengthener where you're like, like my forearms are pumped right now.
I saw your bike doing a little like, and I was like,
Yeah,
don't know what's happening.
it's just the compliance feature. That's what that is. Got to go back up again. Summit finish. If the tour's doing a summit finish, we're doing a summit finish.
I'm not excited. So here's something tour pros definitely don't do.
check my emails,
Yeah.
you know. Just seeing what's going on. Text the wife. Guys in the tour probably still drink Coke though.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, you got to. I needed that. I did not plan my nutrition very well. Those guys are missing out on a nutrition hack that is Doritos, the best mid-ride food.
That was a pro tip right there.
Gluten-free, not a lot of sodium for your sweat. Might as well be like, it's like astronaut food practically. It's so engineered. Amazing. It's only the beginning.
Yeah, we haven't even like turned onto the actual climb yet.
Alright.
Alright. Spencer's so popular. There he goes. This might be the last I see of Spencer for a while. I'm in my easiest gear and I'm grinding. I can't imagine how he feels.
I am feeling the climbing. I'm waiting for Bruce. Bruce is being smart. Bruce is using technology to his advantage, making this ride more comfortable for him. And I encourage all of you to do that when you try to simulate a tour stage or do anything big. I love riding vintage bikes, but there is a limit to what you can comfortably do on them. But man, it's great that the modern bike technology lets people do bigger rides more comfortably. Yes, that is the top.
For sure the slowest I've ever done that climb. This next 30 miles is gonna be like pure suffering. I was just like watching my heart rate, just trying to keep it down, and it's so hard. How's that for you?
I stood pretty much the whole time. I'm pretty sore already.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those rides where I get sore midway through.
I'm dying. Oh my God.
You made it.
I barely feel human right now. I was going so slow.
Just look at that salt. Oh my God, Bruce.
I am a vessel pain right now. I am not happy you made me do this
I'm sorry.
right now.
You can choose the next adventure.
Have you heard of communing with the butterflies, Spencer?
I've not.
So I'm riding so slow, a butterfly could fly through my spokes unscathed.
I like that. That sounds very Italian.
Almost.
Like any good Tour de France stage, we must finish at the Station de Ski. The ski area is where we go to the top. It's beautiful up there. I think you'll make the time cut.
All right.
I think you're close enough.
I'm motivated.
I think Bruce cramped. I think he cramped. I think he's walking. Did you cramp?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's cramped?
I'm ashamed, but I had no choice.
He's doing it. He's riding. Bruce is on his bike. Come on, Bruce. You got this, man. This is all a ruse. My way of getting you to do a 100-miler. And it worked. All right. We're so close, Bruce.
I can't believe it.
I'm stoked. You crushed it.
I'm in probably the deepest I've ever been in the Bane Cave.
That's awesome. Well, I think it's awesome. Maybe I should be apologizing for roping you into this.
Right now, I can barely think.
Don't cramp again.
Hey, get off this bike.
Well, you gotta ride back down to the car still. Okay, Bruce, we made it. I'm super stoked for you. There was a real dark moment there with like 20 miles to go, but you pushed through it, pure determination. This is your longest ride of the year by 100%, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
this was all like a trick. I got out the vintage bike and I managed to get Bruce to do his biggest ride of the year. What do you think? What's it like to do sort of the simulation of the hardest day of the Tour de France?
It was, you know, I expected it to be hard, but it definitely, you can't prepare yourself for how hard that was. I'm really impressed now with Tour de France pros. They're out there in the heat. They're doing this type of ride.
Totally.
And then they do it again the next day.
Yep.
And the next day. And me, I'm gonna go lay on the couch tomorrow.
I think it's cool to push yourself. I'm stoked that you pushed yourself and went to like a whole different level of probably what your ordinary ride would be
Definitely,
on a given week.
That's definitely the worst I've cramped in years. It was something to behold.
But you pushed through it
Yeah.
and you kept riding, which is awesome. So we need a good name for this ride. We need to like capture it.
Okay.
I've been thinking about it. Let me explain. I think it should be called Tour de Freds. Now, I know Fred has a negative connotation in cycling, but I don't like that. I think cycling needs to be a lot more inclusive. I think we need to have fun. I don't think we should be looking down our noses at people. I think all of us are Freds. We're all just out having a good time. We're all just out riding, enjoying the day. We're not pro riders. We're only just pretending we are for a day. Everybody's a Fred, no matter whether you're on a bike with down tube shifters or a bike with disc brakes, no matter whether you've been riding all season super fit or whether you've got, you know, a family and you can't get out as much and you're not as fit as you once were. No matter if you're experienced or less experienced, it doesn't matter. We're all in this together. We can ride together, have a good time. That's what it's all about. So that's why I think we need to take back the name Fred and turn it into a good thing.
Cool. I can get behind that.
Thank you. So, all you Freds out there, get out and ride, have fun, be nice to each other, and thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And shameless plug, don't forget, Pros Closet's your place to get certified pre-owned bikes, like the Cannondale SuperSix that Bruce was riding, not like the Huffy 711 bike that I was riding. Those are just for the museum.
But you can check out those bikes in our museum.
Please do. It's all online, proscloset.com. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for getting me to ride. Cheers.
Yeah, nice one, Bruce. There's like some sort of like grease oozing out of it. It's probably just getting warmed up. If I start yo-yoing, it's because I'm dying. Don't die. We've got a lot of biking still to do.